Hey, welcome to Soul and Love Stories, where fate, family, and unexpected love collide. Subscribe now and let today's story warm your heart in ways you never saw coming. October in Palo Alto painted a vivid autumn scene. Maples shed red leaves across streets, and the scent of pumpkin pie and Napa Valley wine wafted from suburban homes. Church bells chimed faintly, blending with laughter from the Harvest Festival in the town square. At Clara Mandy's elegant villa, a 70-year-old matriarch with silver hair and a warm smile prepared for a lavish birthday party. Susana Reyes, in a worn sweater and jeans, worked alongside her parents, who ran a high-end catering service, setting up the feast. Fresh from a tech degree in Silicon Valley, but jobless, she'd returned home to help, her heart heavy with a sense of failure. Susana, curly hair tied hastily, a notebook of startup ideas tucked in her pocket, radiated intelligence. She bantered with a delivery worker about table arrangements. Put the pecan pie next to the wine, and guests will think this is a BBQ. Her grin lightened the mood, but inside she recalled college taunts. Poor kid like you doesn't fit in Silicon Valley. Scribbling a new app idea, she vowed, someday I'll make my parents proud. Alex Mandy, a tech millionaire with multi-million-dollar deals, pulled his Tesla into the villa's drive, tension knotting his shoulders. His mother, Clara, longed for him to slow down, to recapture their childhood days baking sugar cookies in the kitchen. But Alex had chosen Zoom meetings and sleepless coding nights, leaving Clara worried he'd grow old alone. For her birthday, she'd asked him to bring a girlfriend to meet, unaware he'd just split with an ex who said he was married to work. Alex wanted to please her, but his heart felt empty. Stepping into the yard, Alex collided with Susana, who was carrying a tray of pumpkin cupcakes. One fell, smearing pumpkin frosting on his crisp white shirt. "Oh no, I'm so sorry," she gasped, wiping frantically with a napkin, joking. "Don't worry, I clean better than your code." Alex, initially frowning, burst out laughing. Susana's bright, genuine smile reminded him of his mother's younger days, when her witty quips lit up the neighborhood. Overhearing Susana tell her mom, "I just want to make someone proud," Alex felt a pang. Her words echoed his own pressure to make Clara happy. Watching Susana bustle through the yard, autumn sunlight glinting off her hair, Alex blurted, "Miss Reyes, I have an odd proposal. Could you pretend to be my girlfriend for my mom's birthday party this afternoon?" Susana froze, her parents behind her, gaping. But a spark of determination flashed in her eyes. This was a chance to prove she belonged in this world, and perhaps to rediscover herself. She nodded, a wry smile forming, ready to step into the role, not just for Alex, but to rewrite her own story under Palo Alto's golden fall sky. The yard of Clara Mandy's Palo Alto villa basked in autumn sunlight, pumpkin lanterns dangling along the path, twinkling like props for the town's harvest festival. The scent of pecan pie and Napa Valley wine drifted from the banquet tables, mingling with distant church bells from the town square. Susana Reyes, hands still sticky with pumpkin frosting after colliding with Alex Mandy, frantically wiped at his white dress shirt. "I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to turn you into a canvas," she said, her voice laced with humor. Alex, ready to snap, instead laughed when she added, "Relax, I clean better than your buggy code." Her quick wit and bright smile caught him off guard, reminding him of his mother Clara's youthful, charming quips. Susana returned to her cupcake tray, muttering to her mom, "I just want to make someone proud, even once." The offhand words hit Alex hard. He recalled Clara's advice. "Happiness isn't money, Alex. It's making someone smile." With his mother's birthday party looming and her expectation that he'd introduce a girlfriend to ease her worries, Alex saw Susana as a spark. She wasn't just sharp, she had a warmth he rarely found in his cold tech world. As Susana rearranged the tray, Alex approached, voice hesitant. "Miss Reyes, I've got a weird proposition. Could you pretend to be my girlfriend for my mom's birthday party this afternoon?" Susana froze, nearly dropping another cupcake. Her dad, Mr. Reyes, tying daisies nearby, gaped while her mom gasped, "Susana, are you serious?" Alex rushed to explain. "Just one afternoon. I'll pay $5,000. My mom wants to see me happy, and I think you can pull it off. Susanna stared, heart racing. 5 grand could dent her student loans. But more than that, this was a chance to step into the elite world, to prove she wasn't the poor kid her college peers mocked. She took a deep breath, eyes flashing with resolve. All right, but I'm no actress, and you better swear I won't mess up the wine names. Alex grinned, relief washing over him. Deal. I'll fill you in on my mom's quirks as we head inside. They crossed the yard, pumpkin lanterns casting their shadows, soft jazz floating from the villa. Susanna shoved her startup idea notebook deeper into her pocket, telling herself, just one afternoon, I'll nail this. But when Alex glanced back, smiling, she didn't know that afternoon would change them both forever. The moment felt surreal, like a scene from the festival Susanna loved as a kid. She'd always been the outsider, scrappy, scraping by, her dreams of Silicon Valley success stalled. Yet here she was, about to play a role in a world of wealth, with a man whose life seemed galaxies from hers. Alex, too, felt a shift. Susanna's laugh, her ease, cracked the walls he'd built in boardrooms. As they stepped into the villa, the jazz swelling, Susanna steeled herself, ready to charm Clara. Not just for the money, but to prove she could belong, even if just for a day, in Palo Alto's golden autumn light. Clara Mandy's Palo Alto villa glowed in the autumn sunset, pumpkin lanterns strung across the garden twinkling like stars. The banquet tables brimmed with pecan pie, American-style barbecue, and Napa Valley wine, while Diana Krall's jazz hummed from hidden speakers. Susanna Reyes, in a simple rented ivory dress, stood beside Alex Mandy, heart pounding. Before the party, Alex had given her a crash course. His mom loved daisies, hated tech talk, and always probed about true love. Susanna nodded, but as they entered the crowded living room, she whispered, if I call wine grape juice, bail me out, okay? Alex chuckled, eyes gleaming. I'll say it's your signature style. The party kicked off, and Susanna, though nervous, leaned into her quick wit to blend in. She flashed smiles at guests, complimented the food, and dodged tech questions with humor. But Aunt Ruth, Alex's lively aunt with dyed red hair and oversized glasses, wasn't easily fooled. All right, Susanna, spill. How'd you two meet? She demanded, eyes twinkling with curiosity. Susanna glanced at Alex, who gave a subtle nod. Make it up. Taking a deep breath, she spun a tale. We got stuck in an elevator at a tech conference. Alex tried fixing it by talking to Siri. The room erupted in laughter, and Alex jumped in, voice smooth. She walked out of that elevator, and I knew I couldn't let her go. Susanna blushed, unsure if he meant it or was just playing along. Ruth pressed on, undeterred. What about wedding plans? Don't tell me you're naming kids blockchain. Susanna laughed, firing back. No clue yet, but definitely not blockchain. Maybe pumpkin to honor this fall. Guests roared, and Clara, watching from afar, smiled warmly. She pulled Susanna aside, wineglass in hand, voice soft. You know, it's the first time I've seen Alex laugh like he did as a kid when I baked him sugar cookies. Susanna, touched by the sincerity, shared, my mom was like that, baking birthday cakes with just a few candles. Those little things, I hold them close. Clara squeezed her hand, eyes misty. Thank you for bringing light back to his eyes. I haven't seen that in years. Alex, near the buffet, watched Susanna with his mom, a strange warmth stirring in him. She wasn't just nailing the act. She was making Clara happy, and him too. As the party wound down and guests left, Susanna helped clear tables, accidentally dropping a daisy from a decorative wreath. Alex picked it up, handing it to her. Keep it. You made this whole party bloom. Susanna smiled, but her heart raced. This is just a deal. Don't get carried away, she told herself. Yet standing together under the pumpkin lanterns with Alex's face lit softly, she couldn't deny he was creeping into her heart. Aunt Ruth, passing with her final wineglass, whispered to Alex, You better hold on to that girl, or I'm stealing her for a dance at the Harvest Festival. Alex laughed, but her words sank in. When Susanna turned, joking, You owe me a grape juice for surviving Ruth, he saw her smile wasn't just for show. It was melting the ice around his heart, frozen from endless Zoom calls. Under the lanterns and chirping crickets, the party wasn't just a charade. It was the start of something realer than either had imagined, a spark flickering in Palo Alto's golden autumn night. The birthday party for Clara Mandy had wound down, but pumpkin lanterns still glowed in the Palo Alto villa's garden. Crickets chirped, blending with the smoky scent of a neighbor's fireplace, crafting a cozy autumn vibe. Susana Reyes, still in her rented ivory dress, sat on the backyard grass with Alex Mandy, sharing a tin of sugar cookies Clara had baked. "Fair warning, I might polish these off," Susana laughed, biting into one, her eyes lighting up as the sweetness melted. Alex, sleeves rolled up, watched her, a rare ease settling over him. "Go for it. Mom'll whip up more if she knows you love 'em," he said, his voice softer than intended. Their talk drifted beyond the fake dating deal. Susana opened up about college, where she'd tried coding a food-sharing app but tanked for lack of funding. "I thought I'd be the next Mark Zuckerberg, but here I am, cleaning up pumpkin pie," she said, half joking, a flicker of sadness in her eyes. Alex, dropping his guard, confessed, "I've got it all, money, company, clout, but I'm up all night stressing over boardroom fights. I don't have anyone to talk to except Mom." Susana looked at him, struck by his vulnerability. "You've got the world and I'm just chasing a shot," she said, then grinned. "We're one weird pair." While clearing daisy decorations, Susana teased Alex for mixing up daisies and sunflowers. "Tech mogul scared of flowers? Watch me code an app to teach you arranging," she quipped, making Alex laugh. He played along, mock serious. "I'll code a flower arranging algorithm first, fully optimized." Their laughter rang out, Halloween lights from nearby houses, already decked out early, casting a warm glow on their faces. In that moment, Susana felt Alex wasn't the distant millionaire. He was someone she wanted to linger with beyond one afternoon. During a break, Susana's startup idea notebook slipped from her pocket. Alex snatched it, flipping it open, stunned by sketches for a kid's tech education app. "You came up with this?" he asked, genuinely impressed. Susana, blushing, yanked it back. "Just dumb ideas, don't read." But Alex held her wrist gently, saying, "Susana, you're capable of more than you know. These ideas, they're worth more than my boardroom." His sincerity made her heart race. She wanted to believe him, but fear that this was just a one-day deal kept her quiet. As they stood, Halloween lights flickered in the distance, and Susana's hand brushed Alex's when she handed him a daisy. "Call it a goodbye gift for the contract," she said, forcing a cheery tone. Alex took the flower, eyes locked on hers. "If this wasn't a contract, would you stay?" The question hung in the air. Susana, heart stirring, only smiled. "Ask Siri. You're good at chatting with her." They walked back to the house, crickets humming behind them, but both knew something real was sprouting, something no deal could define. Under the moonlight and the scent of burning wood, Susana told herself, "Don't get your hopes up. It's just one night." But Alex's gaze, warm as those sugar cookies, kindled a spark of hope in her chest, whispering that maybe, just maybe, this was the start of something more. The night had deepened at Clara Mandy's Palo Alto villa, but the garden's pumpkin lanterns still flickered, casting a warm glow. The jazz from hidden speakers had faded, leaving only the hum of crickets and the faint smoky scent of a neighbor's fireplace. Susana Reyes, still in her rented ivory dress, stood in a shadowed corner near the garden gate, facing Alex Mandy. She'd played the fake girlfriend role flawlessly, leaving Clara beaming through her birthday party. But Susana's chest tightened, sharing sugar cookies, trading dreams, and catching Alex's warm glances had blurred the lines of their deal. This wasn't acting anymore, and that scared her. "Alex, we need to stop this," Susana said, her voice shaky as she pulled a $5,000 envelope from her bag. "I can't take money to hurt your mom. Thanks for everything, but I don't belong here." Alex, caught off guard, grabbed her hand. "Susana, you didn't hurt anyone. You made Mom happy, made me feel something real. This isn't just a contract. You feel it too." Before she could answer, Clara, passing by to fetch her coat, overheard. Her face fell, eyes pooling with hurt. "So it was all a show? Alex, you paid for my joy again?" Susana froze, the envelope trembling in her grip, her heart splintering. Clara stepped forward, her voice not angry but heavy with sorrow. Susanna, I don't blame you. You gave me a wonderful night. But Alex, I'd rather see you alone than faking happiness for me. Her shoulders quivered as she turned away. Alex stammered, Mom, it's not what you think. I wanted you to smile, but Susanna, she's genuinely special. Clara didn't respond, disappearing into the house, leaving a thick silence. Susanna's eyes welled up. I'm so sorry, Alex. I never should have agreed to this. She pressed the envelope into his hand, spun around, and hurried through the garden, the pumpkin lanterns illuminating her lone silhouette. As she passed crimson maples, old wounds resurfaced. In college, classmates had sneered, calling her a poor kid, unfit for Silicon Valley's shine. She'd poured herself into a startup app to prove them wrong, only to watch it collapse from lack of funds. Tonight, for a fleeting moment, she'd believed she could belong in Alex's world. But reality crashed in. She was just a hired prop, an event planner playing a part. Self-doubt gnawed at her, and she cursed herself for daring to hope. She paused, picking up a fallen daisy from a wreath, clutching it tightly as if to hold on to a shred of Alex, then kept walking, refusing to look back. Alex stood rooted in the yard, the envelope feeling like a brick. He wanted to run after her, but Clara's words pinned him in place. He replayed Susanna's spark when she spoke of her dreams, her teasing grin over his flower mix-ups, the way she'd made Clara light up. He hadn't just let his mom down. He'd lost the woman who'd cracked open his heart, numbed by relentless Zoom calls and boardroom battles. Spotting a wilted daisy she'd left on the banquet table, he grabbed it, whispering, I can't lose her. Under the lanterns, with autumn's breeze whispering through the trees, Susanna reached the street, where neighbors' homes glowed with early Halloween decorations. She thought of her startup notebook, her vision for a tech hub for kids, and how she'd let it wither under insecurity. Alex had been a rare beacon, igniting her courage to dream again. But now she saw herself as a stray daisy in his polished world. The distant church bells tolled, marking the party's end, and perhaps their stories. Yet as she walked, the daisy in her hand felt like a quiet vow. Susanna's steps slowed, her heart wrestling with doubt and hope. Maybe this wasn't the end, but a chance to bloom anew, if she could find the strength to turn back and face the light Alex had seen in her. The next autumn, Palo Alto buzzed with its harvest festival, stalls brimming with pumpkin pies, lanterns glowing across the town square, and country music drifting from a small stage. Susanna Reyes, now more assured in a red sweater, helped her parents run a bakery booth. She'd revived her tech dream, developing a kids' education app from her old notebook. Yet her heart still bore scars from Clara's birthday party when she left the villa with a daisy and lingering self-doubt. Alex Mandy emerged from the crowd, holding a tray of homemade pumpkin cupcakes, clumsy but heartfelt, echoing their first meeting. Susanna froze, eyes shining as he approached, sheepish. I once paid you to make my mom smile. Now I just want you to make me smile every day. She laughed, tears spilling. Your baking's awful, but I'll try one if you swear not to code it. Alex took her hand, voice earnest. Susanna, I can't promise the world, but I promise a garden of daisies if you stay. Under the lanterns, she nodded, pulling him into a warm embrace as festival-goers clapped. Days later, Clara invited Susanna to the villa. Handing her a tin of homemade sugar cookies, Clara smiled. You reminded me love doesn't need to be perfect, just real. Thank you for opening Alex's heart. Susanna hugged her, feeling the family warmth she'd always craved. A month later, Susanna and Alex launched Pumpkin Code, a cafe tech hybrid with free coding corners for kids, birthday parties for seniors, and a daisy vase on every table, their love's emblem. At Clara's next birthday, held at Pumpkin Code, Aunt Ruth teased Alex. Good thing she didn't dump more frosting on you, Susanna laughed, leaning into Alex's shoulder. From a cupcake tray, I never thought I'd find a whole garden. The scene widened, pumpkin lanterns blazing, laughter blending with country tunes. Palo Alto, alive with dreams and blooming hearts, had never shone brighter. Sometimes love begins with a cupcake and blooms into a garden of second chances. If this story made you smile, give it a like, share it with someone who still believes in love, and subscribe to Soul and Love Stories, where every heart gets a chance to be heard. Until next time, stay kind, stay hopeful, and never underestimate where one sweet moment might lead.